All right, I'll take it, guys. SoFi got an upgrade today from Citizens. I think they put a $30 price target on the stock and a buy rating, and the stock right now is up over 2.5%, and every index in the U.S. stock market is also up. So the green from Friday is continuing. Cheers to that, by the way, guys, and I appreciate you all for tuning in. So in this one, well, we're going to break down the charts here on SoFi. We'll cover the indices quickly here and go over what this Citizens analyst is saying. We'll cover that here in a second. But first, hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates, my private Discord. That is linked right down below. Also pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfs.com/Patreon. And with that being said, cheers again, guys. Let's get into it. So beautiful green day today in the stock market. We're talking from tech to a bunch of small caps, you name it. For the most part, we're up beautifully today. A lot of the stocks that retail owns, a lot of these tech, AI-oriented stocks are bouncing back nicely, continuing the green from Friday. As you guys know, Friday we had a great day in the stock market after a couple of rough days before that. And now we're seeing that continue. And SoFi hit, I think, almost, $22 a share in the pre-market here. And we then sold off into open. We got down to about $20.75 here, I think. Yeah, so we dumped about $1.20 from that pre-market high to the opening low. That was a 5% drop, and we then saw a nice pop from that point, and we're still, holding some gains off of that opening low, and we are seeing some resistance at the same time here at about 21.50 to 60 in the very short term. You're seeing that on the intraday, especially if I zoom in. But we also have an ascending triangle. So this is bullish on the intraday. SoFi is making these higher lows into this resistance at about 21.50, 21.60. And if we get some buyers here, right, on this pullback, we start running back up to 25.50 and to close. Maybe we break through that here. That would be ideal for the bulls. Either way, great day for the bulls. 2.5% green day. And on the 5-day, you guys can see we're building off of the gains from Friday. We're taking out the highs from Friday and from, Thursday. And we're now kind of where we were on Wednesday of last week. So we're slowly building back some of these, or getting back some of the losses. And we're now up about $3-4 a share. Yeah, about $3 a share from that 18.50 low, or about 16.5%. So there's no doubt SoFi is building some momentum here. And I agree with that analyst that this sell-off's getting a little overblown. I think when we hit 18.50, we were down from highs about 45%. Pretty insane. So SoFi pretty much cut in half. So I agree with him that it's getting a little overblown. We'll see what he said here in a second. But first, let me show you this 4-hour chart. We're still technically under this 50 moving average. So even though we're up on the day, we're seeing a nice 15% rally off that 1850 low. We're still technically in a downtrend, obviously. We're well under the 180 SMA, and we're still under that 50 SMA. In fact, we're getting rejected at it, under it, all day. We've been getting rejected, including the pre-market where we got hit at $22. That was right at that moving average. You see right here, the 50 moving average is right at $22 on this 4-hour time frame. So yeah, it's bears are still in charge in the short term, which it's pretty obvious that's been the case for a while. And for this to really break through, I mean, it might not need a huge catalyst at this point. I don't know, but we're gonna have to get through $23, $24, $25 for SoFi to really start breaking the downtrend. So at this point, yeah, we're not really breaking out, but I do believe SoFi is in an accumulation range right now. Anywhere between 17, 18, 19, $20 a share. I've said I think SoFi is it's a great ad, at least in my opinion, in my eyes. And this analyst here agrees, which we've been talking about, right? So let me show you here what this Citizens analyst has been saying, and what we've been talking about is I think SoFi is going to $30. I think if they never did that public offering, it would be over $30 right now, or pretty dang close to it, because when they did that public offering about 2 months ago, whenever that was now, maybe longer, whatever. But the stock was breaking out to $32. Literally, it was breaking out. And then we got that news. It's like we got our ankles bashed in, clubbed in. We got our knees kicked in with a bat, so at that point, and we got destroyed. I think if that never happened, obviously we'd be over 30 or right around 30. So let's see here what this guy has to say. It looks like his name is Devin Ryan. So it looks like Citizens analyst Devin Ryan upgraded SoFi from market perform to market outperform with a price target of $30 per share, right? The upgrade comes as SoFi shares have retraced down to around $21 a share, down approximately 20% year to date after trading at highs over $30, as you guys all know by now. And Ryan's new price target suggests potential upside of over 40% from current levels, right? And Ryan said, "We believe the market's recent risk-off rotation has penalized higher growth, speculative adjacent narratives," right? And Ryan noted this in his analysis of the recent stock's performance, and the analyst views the recent sell-off as more related to style factor compression and technical factors rather than concerns about near-term macroeconomic conditions. And this has created what Citizens sees as an opportunity to invest in SoFi's growing business. Ryan highlighted SoFi's ability to compound at scale through increasing members and products, which both, by the way, hit records in the last quarter, while enhancing platform monetization. He also pointed to the company's rapid diversification toward fee-based and capital-light revenue streams. That's key. The upgrade also emphasized SoFi's under-modeled optionality across several growth areas, including blockchain, AI, business banking, and new loan platform products, suggesting these factors aren't fully reflected in the current stock price. So yeah, I agree with a lot of what Ryan said, pretty much everything, what this guy at Citizens, with what this guy from Citizens said. So at this point, guys, yeah, it's a little overblown, the sell-off. We can all agree there, but that doesn't mean it's not going to continue, right? Unfortunately, the charts still don't look too favorable, but again, the idea is we want to get in. It depends on, what type of whether it's an investment or a trade, but the idea is we want to get in before the breakout and accumulate at favorable prices before the breakout. If it's a long-term investment, So for me, again, anywhere between 17, 18, 19 is a buy, and 20 to 21 for me is also a buy. But like I said in my recent video, let's say I wasn't in SoFi already, yes, 17 to 22 is a buy pretty much. But since I'm already in the stock, I'm up a good chunk, I'm in the single digits heavily, right? I'm being way more nitpicky with my stock price or with where I'm buying. And let's say it just rips to 25 from here. All right, so be it. But if it tanks a ton more, let's say this downtrend does continue, your boy's going to be buying a lot more. But I'm just holding on now. That's the reality for me, and I'll, of course, keep you guys updated. Everybody in my Patreon, you'll know when I'm buying stocks, when I'm selling stocks, right? When I'm doing anything, right? There's a private Discord. You get all the access to, all my trades, and we're investing $750 a week in that Patreon portfolio, and it's been doing well, and it's been fun this year to date. As stocks have been getting hit, I've been making a lot of buys. So what do you guys think? Overall, the market is looking good. SoFi is up 2.75%, but again, it's still in a downtrend, but the overall market rebound is nice to see. Very nice to see, and I'm looking to add. When it comes to, if I have to pick one stock to buy now, it's easily Amazon. But one thing on the charts here, guys, this is an interesting and a pivotal spot for the stock. We can see Amazon right here is trading right at 210. Literally right at 210, 209 as of now, which was support all throughout June, from June all throughout pretty much a couple days ago, right? 210 held. So we fell through 210, got down to 196. I added more at 198, by the way. And now we've bounced right back to 209, 210, and it's now acting as a resistance. You guys see it here on the chart. You can see we're now struggling to break through 210. So I'm close to adding a little bit more here, nibbling a little bit more, because I ultimately think we will break through in the short term, long term especially. Short term even, I think we break through in the very short term. But I'm only going to nibble a little more here because let's say we don't break through, right? And we then see, this going back down to the low 200s. That's where I'm looking to buy even more Amazon. And yeah, if it gets under 195 somehow, which I don't think it is, I'm going to load the boat. But I don't think it's going there, guys. But I could be wrong. Who knows? Either way, Amazon's a long-term investment, a stock that I'm buying, and I'm just holding for years, guys. It's in that category with Google and Nvidia for me. There are a couple of stocks that are true long-term investments for me, and then I have that the next category, if you will, where I buy these stocks, but I could be out of them in a year or two, maybe 6 months. That's another category. So the way I do it is I have my core long-term holdings that I'm genuinely buying and holding for the goal is 5, 10 plus years. And then I have, again, the other bucket where, let's say it's like maybe a valuation play. We have a short-term reaction after earnings that doesn't make sense. It tanks, a stock, let's say in general. I buy that and hold it for a couple months. That's another category, if you will. And then, the investments I make for a year, 2, 3 years. But anyway, maybe I'll make a video on that. And you guys, I'm sure you've kind of picked up on that as I've made videos over the years. I've covered that over the years. But yeah, Amazon is genuinely a long-term investment. And dude, man, I think this one is going to do very well. People are sleeping on just how much automation, robotics, AI is going to enhance Amazon in the future. People aren't looking 5, 10 years out with this company. And the opportunity there is insane. I mean, Amazon's literally in everybody's home for the most part. You know what I mean? It's almost as much of a no-brainer right now in my eyes as any stock out there. In terms of big tech, right? We're looking at big tech here. I also like Meta, but I think Meta for me is more in that. I mean, I could also say Meta's a longer-term investment for me, but I wouldn't mind if Meta in 2 years, guys, a year and a half, 2 years, got to 1,000 a share, I would probably sell. Whereas Amazon, if it got to 275, I would just hold. Just like Google. Alphabet's another one for me where I'm holding on tight for years. I have been in it for years. And I'm up a ton on Google, but I'm holding on. It's one of those that I just think it's a great long-term investment. And I'm rambling now. We're going to wrap the video up. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. And yeah, let me know where your head's at in this market, what you guys are doing. And yeah, I'm excited to see what your thoughts are. And make sure to subscribe because I think 50% of you on YouTube watch the content, but you're not subscribed. So make sure to subscribe and follow along if you're watching on Facebook, if you made it this far on Facebook. And I appreciate you guys. We're trying to get to 100,000 followers on all these platforms, and we're pretty close. So cheers to everybody out there watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.